You also have Asian Paints, which has put out its earnings. So just let's quickly glance at those numbers. A little bit disappointing. On a consolidated basis, they've delivered a PAT performance of 481 crore rupees. We were working with a number of about 542 this time around. So we'll just have to watch as to what the other numbers are as well.
It seems, Aman, that it's a miss as far as Asian Paints is concerned. But as you pointed out, that we only have the PAT number at this point of time, 481. But it's surprising, you know, of a company like Asian Paints, they never really miss numbers. It's not like Z, which is volatile, which you keep tracking, and you know you need those L2L growth for different companies. Okay, so I have the release with me. If I look at the release, you know, this is the consolidated numbers, yeah, which I'm looking at, and the profit to the owners are 481 crores versus about 462 crores. So that's the number that we are looking at in terms of the profitability. Okay, the volume growth is in double digit. That's the statement coming in from the management. It's always an important number to look at it. Remember that Q4 would have some sort of base effect of demonetization. Maybe that's why we'll just get Mubina mic'd up. She'll give us some more perspective. I was looking at the revenue, Avan. It's 4,492 crores for this quarter. You have a little bit of excise impact, but it's about 4,370. Yeah.
Let's just go across to Avnish and Vishal. They're joining in to analyze the numbers for us. And Vishal, I'm going to come to you first. Just going to read into that line which says double-digit volume growth in Q4. We're digging out the numbers just as we speak. But how are you reading into this number?
It's a very strong set of numbers. If you just see the last 3-4 quarters, the company has been incrementally losing market share. And this quarter, they delivered a double-digit kind of growth. And on the EBITDA front, the numbers look very strong to us because it has been a slight of disappointment on the PAT front because of the higher taxation.
Right. So what do you mean when you say a double-digit volume growth is a good number? Why would you say that it's a good number?
Because the last 3 quarters, the company has been incrementally losing market share to players like Berger Paints and Kansai. So Kansai also this quarter delivered a double-digit kind of number. Asian Paint has outperformed in this quarter versus vis-a-vis the previous quarters.
Right. So, you know, the margins, or let's look at the core EBITDA, which is coming around 835, 840 odd crores. So what would you make of that number?
The numbers look very strong. Although the gross margin has been a pressure because of the rising crude prices. But overall, the numbers seems to be very good.
Think that the crude prices, the way they are behaving right now, again, people would be reluctant to upgrade their numbers?
Yeah, sure. Because but we believe that company is in a comfortable position to take price hikes. So in the month of May, already they've taken a 2% price hike. In the months they're in a good position to take a price hike. If you see in the past 2 years, they have not taken that kind of price hike. But in the 19, they can take a good amount of price hikes.
Right.
Okay, let's just take it across to Mubina. She's standing by, mic'd up. Mubina, run us through the details.
Well, it looks like an inline to strong set of numbers. I would say strong looking at the volume growth, but when I look at the financials, it looks like an inline set of numbers. We have the revenues which have come in at about 4,483 crores. So that means the revenue growth has come in upwards of 14%. The EBITDA has come in just in line with expectations at 840 crore rupees, causing the margins to come in at 18.7% versus 18.1%. So it's a 60 basis points jump, more or less in line with expectations. The disappointment actually has come in perhaps on the bottom line, though of course it's not a very big miss, but it is a marginal miss of almost about 60 odd crore rupees. 542 crores was the expectations. It's come in at 480 crore rupees. But yeah, like you said, the key figure is the volume growth number, which has come in double digits. Now I want to flag off one important thing which we have been talking about, and that's of course the rise in crude prices. At this point of time, it doesn't look like Asian Paint seems to be very perturbed, but of course they do have the cushion of the price hikes that the company had taken. Abneesh, I believe, is with us right now. Abneesh, you know, decorative paint business seeing double-digit volume growth at least after 4 quarters. Does this essentially portend that maybe the troubles are now behind Asian Paints and that going forward, once again, Asian Paints can revert to the double-digit trajectory, the volume trajectory?
Yes, I think paint companies need to be seen in terms of volume growth from a annual perspective, because base effect is there, price hike happens. This quarter's double-digit volume growth of around 11-12% is on a high base of 10%. Last quarter, if you see, the volume growth was 6% on just 3% base. So it's a very good number, and we are seeing broadly recovery across discretionary and staples both. So I think market share loss which is happening to Nippon Paints, that is one more trigger left, because I don't think that has happened in Q4. that is something which will help in FY19. Margins are in line with our estimate, but I think the pricing power for paint companies is reasonably high. And the best part is, in any sharp inflationary condition, normally in consumption, the market leader gains market share, because consumer feels that prices are going up. It's better to go from smaller players, unorganized, to the number one player. So that is again good from a market share perspective in FY19. So overall, we remain quite positive on Asian Paints. The stock has massively underperformed last 1 year. I think the catch-up can happen now based on a good set of Q4 FY18 numbers.
Very good point, actually. Because we are seeing double-digit growth, and it's on a base of double-digit growth. It was almost 10% in the corresponding quarter. That's Q4 FY17. Vishal, I'm going to come to you then on that point. Yeah, good numbers over there. But I guess, like Abneesh was mentioning, pricing power for paint companies. And that's important to note because, you know, going forward, I guess that's what they will need to essentially survive in terms of profitability and margins. Would you concur that, you know, paint companies going forward will be able to manage both volumes and pricing?
Yeah, we believe that company will be, because in the last 2 years, in FY18, it is only a 5% price hike. If you see past 2 years ago in 16 and 17, hardly any price hike has been taken. So we believe that the companies are in a comfortable position to manage both the ways, volume as well as the price.
Your stance on Asian Paints right now, like Abneesh said, it has underperformed quite a bit. But given these numbers, would you say that this is like a re-rating of sorts?
Yeah, because already it is already the market leader is trading at the rich valuation already, but the stock has underperformed, and the valuations of a Consign and Budget are caught up with regard, and that the trading is something a similar multiple to Asian Paint. We believe that the multiple could further re-rate for Asian Paint going forward. Given this, if they continue with a good set of numbers, valuations can further re-rate for Asian Paints.
Okay, fair point. Thanks so much, gentlemen, for joining us and helping us decode Asian Paints numbers. Yes, like even Vishal mentioned, you know, Kansai Nerolac, it did have a big hit on its margins, but not Asian Paints. Of course, the market leader, good set of numbers. And with that, I guess we'll just wrap up this earnings edition on the show.